Why, hello there YouTube and welcome to a Sarah Jane review. I am Davros and I'm a Whovian, and today I review the Sarah Jane Adventures Enemy of the Bane. So this is a two-parter again and is the final serial of series 2. So in this, Geeta Chandra, Rani's mother, is kidnapped by Mrs. Wormwood, a returning foe. By Mrs. Wormwood. This turns out to be a snare for Sarah Jane. Mrs. Wormwood joins forces with another one of Sarah Jane's enemies, Kaagh the Sontaran, as they prepare to settle old scores, and Sarah Jane turns to an old friend for help. So, the two-part finale of series 2, we see Sarah Jane. We see the return of Samantha Bond as Mrs. Wormwood, who was partly the main antagonist for the first ever story, Invasion of the Bane. And she comes back in this, and also wants Luke as well to serve his purpose that she originally had for him. And of course we get the return of Kaagh the Sontaran from the first serial, The Last Sontaran, back for his, revenge. Yeah, this is all about revenge with the villains and an old score to settle with Sarah Jane. And of course, who is this old friend she turns to for help? It's none other than Sir Alistair Lethbridge Stewart, aka the Brigadier, where Nicholas Courtney actually returns to the role for the first time in over 30 years as, at least on screen, as the Brigadier. Of course, he did return in like charity specials and a few other things as the Brigadier. But yeah, this is his last on-screen appearance as the Brigadier. And it's really sad because, he passed away before he had a chance to return to the main show. But, yeah, it was nice to see Nicholas Courtney return. So, yeah, I'm already on to the likes and dislikes. So I like that they got an old foe, well, not an old foe, an old friend back from the main show, which was in the classic era, which was, the Brigadier. Nicholas Courtney acted like, he was retired. And yeah, you could see he was old and weary, but he was still all there and he gave it his all, and I loved that. I loved the fact that they actually managed to get him back, because earlier that year he was mentioned in the David Tennant two-part Sontaran story, the Sontaran Stratagem and the Poison Sky, and he actually comes back and makes a proper appearance and actually helps out the gang in this ordeal with the Bane. We also find out that one of the mages in unit is actually a Bane, and he is, bad, and is in league with Mrs. Wormwood. I also like the return of Mrs. Wormwood and, the actor who was Kaagh, as the villains. I always wondered what happened to Kaagh, after The Last Sontaran. Turns out he'd been in league with, Mrs. Wormwood. Of course, in the end, Mrs. Wormwood opens a gateway, and Kaagh, coming to his senses, realizes that she's just been using him. He then, tells Clyde that he wants this moment of honor, and shouts Sontaran as he goes into this void with Mrs. Wormwood, sacrificing himself. So, yeah, I think this maybe is the first time we sort of see a bit of a kinder side in a Sontaran, because we do eventually get to know that not all Sontarans are bad. It's just in their DNA instinct that they're war-driven, because later down the line we do meet Strax, who is a Sontaran who is part of the Paternoster gang. So we know that, we get to see a bit of another side of a Sontaran in this. I feel that they're not always driven by war. Well, they are driven by war, but they actually do have a bit of a different edge to them that I'd not seen before in a Sontaran. But yeah, everyone had their time to shine in this one, along with Clyde, Rani and Luke. And we even... Do we get K9 back in this one? No, but we get Alexander Armstrong as Mr. Smith. And of course, yes, Nicholas Courtney as Sir Alistair Gordon Lethbridge Stewart. So, yeah, this was, I think, a good finale. It was 2 episodes long, and also seeing the Brigadier again, you know, in like the sort of revived era of the Hooniverse, was a nice treat. Little of us knowing that that would be the last time we'd see him on screen as the Brigadier, but it's still nice to see him. So yeah, ratings. I will give performances a 10, I think, for this one. The writing a 9, the visuals a 9, and my personal, I'll give it a 9, because I did enjoy this one. So yeah, like I say, there we are. So, have you seen, that's it for the Sarah Jane Adventures Series 2. Yeah, I'll do Series 3 in time at some point, re-review it and stuff, but yeah, for now, I've done Series 2 of the Sarah Jane Adventures. So yeah, have you seen this one? Let me know what you think down below in the comments, and if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, share with your friends, and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. I've been Davros the Whovian, and this has been a Sarah Jane review. So, until next time, run for your life.